Good afternoon, good morning, good night. This message is to all the Australians out there that are in a bind or got, how do you say, screwed by their banks. And if you guys don't know me by now, I'm Mike Martins. I've been following the housing crisis in Australia now for just in and around 4 to 5 years now. Things aren't normal. Things aren't good. And if you go back to some of my videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. But today, I had to really chill out. Really chill out. The Royal Commission has been auditing a lot of the banks now in Australia. The Royal Commission was put in 8 to 10 months ago to do, from what I've been reading earlier on, a soft audit to kind of look into their lending practices. And what really keeps me up at night in a cold sweat is these overly educated people to take these positions to help others, rip people apart, sell them products they don't need, and just play around with people's lives like it means nothing. Absolutely soulless people. So, I had to really chill right out. I got a message from somebody in Sydney to give me a little insight on what's happening there. And then I got a couple of people that are inside certain areas leaking me or giving me or telling me information of absolute importance. And you know what it is? It's nothing crucial. It's nothing top secret. It's nothing that will throw you in a jail cell. It's common sense. And it scares, and this is what keeps me up at night. You walk into an institution, the people are there to serve you and help you and fit you into the right product. A product that the bank will offer you to ease and take care of and help your life. But what's going on? They're playing with your lives. They're playing with people's lives, and they better stop because it's getting out of control. Because who's on the hook for this? There's going to be a lot of mortgage buybacks by the banks, and there's going to be a lot of lawsuits. I hope to God that things start to unravel. Bank's inquiry doesn't want more apologies. Only losers apologize. Who's going to take the fall? Losers apologize. Someone needs to man up and start. Yeah, I said man up. Someone needs to man up and start taking responsibility for their actions. The Financial Services of Royal Commission does not want to hear any more apologies when bank CEOs appear over the next fortnight. Senior Counsel Assistants, the Commission renowned or QC, said the inquiry wanted to know why misconduct occurred and what could be done to prevent it in the future. You know what? Why misconduct occurred? Commission. And no one cares about anybody else. How do you sleep at night? Do you sleep good? Have you ruined people's lives? Ms. Orr said many financial services entities have offered public apologies. Nobody cares about your apologies. Nobody. You're ruining people's lives. Public apologies. We don't want your apologies. Fix the problem. Buy back the loans. Apologies or expressions of regret. Losers. It's got to hit pocketbooks soon. For conduct examined by the Royal Commission, accompanied by promises that the entity will do better. What? Better in the future? What is that supposed to mean? Oh, yeah, we screwed up, tens of thousands of people over, but it's okay. We'll fix that next time. Are you serious? Are we supposed to be amused by this? Do we look like clowns? Do I look like a clown to you? The purpose of this round's hearings is not to hear further apologies or expressions of regret, Ms. Orr said on Monday, the opening day of the final 2-week hearing. Ms. Orr said the commission had received more than 2,000 submissions on policy issues, which revealed a widespread of support for simplification of the law. And then it says Commonwealth Bank of Australia CEO Matt Comyn will be the first witness. I don't know why. I don't know how people could play with people's lives like this. I don't understand it. It never made. Especially when someone's taking a mortgage. Especially when people depend on their institutions to do the right thing for them. You suck. You suck. CBA chief struggles to explain significant failings of insurance products live. Biggest scam on earth. Oh, you need insurance to drive your vehicle, but if something happens, they talk you out of making it seem like it's your fault. Everything's your fault. They really talk you out of paying out your policies. Losers. Watch this. 22 minutes ago, credit card insurance wrongly sold to 64,000 people due to CBA's failings. What? What? 64,000? You knew what you were doing. You knew very well because policy is black and white. Policies black and white. You knew what you were doing, and you knew when you sold that extra little home and auto, and you sold that extra little insurance that does nothing for the customer. Losers to prop up your commission on insurance sales. You think I don't know? Losers. CBA continued to sell insurance products despite serious concerns. Again, they're throwing on insurances on there that have nothing to do with the product whatsoever. In the end, they pay out nothing. CBA chief struggles to explain significant failings on insurance products. Well, first take a step back. Losers. And you look at what the commission structure is first. Then you start to see who's got the best commission in the branches. Then you start single filing the people with the highest levels of commission out and ask them, how were you told to sell this item? Were you pressured by your branch manager to sell this product? They're lucky I'm not in their audit. If I went there to audit those banks, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. CBA balked at removing commission payments to brokers. CBA is waiting for the Royal Commission before acting on broker incentives. Wipe the brokerages out. In-house banking. Somebody sits down in front of the lender. Lender takes a first mortgage, second or third lien. Very simple application to fill out. Pulls the credit bureau on site. Goes over the credit bureau with the customer to find out if there's any R9s, R7s, R6s. Does a soft underwriting. What's the deal for? How many square foot is the house? What are the comparables at? Then sends the soft deal to the underwriter, which would be in the head office. The underwriter will look at the deal and say, okay, this guy is okay as long as he puts down 30%. Underwriter pending approves the deal, sends it back to the branch as pending approved, until they get a inspection, an audit, and all a person to see the property values and all that stuff, an appraiser. That goes through. Then that gets sent back to the underwriter. Underwriter final approves it, and then they go ahead and structure the deal and print off the documents in-house, and done. Brokers could go to hell. Head of Compliance's scathing note and indictment on CBA. Staff must be motivated to uncover customers' unserved financial needs. Yeah. And you know what it is? You know what it is? It's the pressure from the branch managers to sell X amount of insurance, to sell X amount of crap on top of the money they're lending out. And then it's up to the those unsecured loans at high interest rates. They lend out lines of credit, unsecured credit cards, all that garbage. They add out all that garbage on there, and that's why people can't move ahead in life. It's because they're ruining people's lives. What do you think? People were gonna find out? Bank bosses appear at Royal Commission. There they are. There's a list of them here. The heads of 4 banks, AMP, Macquarie, Bendigo, and Adelaide Bank Plus regulators will appear at the Royal Commission's public hearing. What a bunch of losers. What are you going to do about it? You ruin people's lives and then you get called out? And then you get offended? Losers. Bank bosses fail Royal Commission's grilling. The top brass of Australia's sector will have their turn at the Hayne Royal Commission. Witnesses box over next fortnight to be grilled over run of scandals and Commission's interim report, which blasted the industry as being driven by greed. And people work hard, and families work hard, and they go into these institutions to be helped, and then you roast them? Let me go there and grill them. Let me go. I'll pay for my flight. I'll go down there and talk to these people. I'll pay my own flight. I'll go in and see the president of Timor when I go down to Australia. I owe him a visit. After a year of damning revelations of misbehavior by banks, wealth managers, and insurance companies, chief executives, and some chairmen have been summoned for the final round of public hearings, which commence on Monday, Sydney, before the Commissioner, Kenneth Hayne, a former High Court judge. Commonwealth Bank, Westpac, Macquarie Group, and the corporate regulator will be questioned by the Commission's senior counsel this week as the powerful inquiry turns its attention to the root causes of misconduct and what might be done to stamp it out. It's very simple. It's pure transparency. Everything's done in-house. The lender takes a 20-minute video course on how to take a mortgage application. The branch manager's job is to make sure the appraiser goes out and to make sure that the comparables are done, and then to make sure that the property is being bought, there's no liens on the property that they want to purchase. That's an example for mortgage. But for credit cards, make sure you do an employment check. You verify employment by calling. You check credit scores on site. You don't pull the credit score, and then 6 months later, he's already acquired 5 more credit cards, and then use an old credit score because the new one won't approve the deal, but you want to get the deal approved so you can look good on the books. CBA, the country's largest, most scandal-prone bank in recent years, will be the first lender, but under the spotlight, Chief Executive Matt Comyn appear on Monday, followed by Chairman Catherine Livingstone. In preparation for the upcoming grilling of the bankers, the Royal Commission has demanded detailed documents from banks on a wide range of issues, including Rematorian, internal policies, and governance and agreements. Yeah, so you go, basically they bring in the application or the forms of conduct that the employees must sign when they join. You know, conduct of this and conduct of that, and you can't do this, you cannot force customer, you have to, all that stuff, and to make sure that the employees signed on that. So saying, why are you doing this and telling them to do this when your conduct policy says you're not supposed to? They will have to come up with reasonable cases to how these happened under their watch. The Royal Commission has contributed to billions being wiped off financial institution sharing practices this year, but Bell Porter's analyst T.S. Lim said he thought most of the bank's dirty laundry had been aired out by now. Commissioner Haynes' interim report did not make recommendations, but it identified banks' practices of linking remuneration of profitability and fundamental concern, while also questioning whether banks did enough to look into customers' living expenses when lending money. Losers. You ask them what their rent is. You ask them what they pay for cell phone, car insurance, home insurance, contents insurance. Then you check their TDS against what they're borrowing to see if they can even pay it back. If it's an unsecured debt, it's not that hard to do. Commonwealth Bank. The Royal Commission is about to grill the chiefs. Okay, we read this already. We'll keep you on the pulse. This is about the hearings here. When misconduct was revealed, it either went unpunished or the consequences did not meet the seriousness of what has been held done. So, what do these people need to do? Time. In prison. All these guys need to do time. For fraudulent documents, misconduct, forgery, all kinds of crap. They have 15 to 20 years, each one. That's it. Once you start imprisoning people and people start doing time for doing a crime, guess what happens? They stop doing it. I am so, you know what? And a lot of people blame the customers and blame the consumers for making this mistake. And look at this. Banks take 1,726 days to realize they've broken the law. What a bunch of losers. Hand to God. I can't even read. I have no education, and I'm what you consider a Portuguese. I'm a Portuguese, okay? Does anyone know anything about all these? Oh, I got a degree. Oh, I got so much education. And you don't know what the heck is going on around. Or either these guys are such imbeciles. They have no idea what's happening around them. Or they know what's happening and they're purposely going against the status quo, or they're going personally against company policy and regulation to line their pockets. You be the judge of that, guys. I want you guys to share my video. I want this tweeted out. I want this out there. I want the world of the English world to see what's happening, because right now it's with Australia. They'll set up a Royal Commission in the UK. They'll set one up in Canada. They've already been finding all kinds of banks in Canada that have been pulling a lot of crap. Obviously in the US, but we know that. But we need to start cracking down because too many people's lives are getting ruined because of greed, money, and you know what? I could sleep nice at night. You know why? Because I haven't screwed with people's lives. Anyways, guys, sleep tight. You guys have a good night. Share this video. Get it out there. Thanks for watching.